In this episode of The Primer, we talk about the interesting story of arrival of Urdu as official language in Jammu and Kashmir.
The arrival of Urdu, language, power, and modernization in late Dogra, Jammu and Kashmir. In the late 19th century, the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir underwent a quiet yet profound transformation. It was not a war or a treaty that changed the character of the state, but a change of language. When Urdu replaced Persian as the official medium of administration. This linguistic shift, completed during the closing years of Maharaja Ranbir Singh's reign and formalized under his successor Maharaja Pratap Singh, symbolized the Dogra kingdom's transition from a traditional court to a modern bureaucratic state. For over 8 centuries, Persian had been the language of power across northern India. It carried the prestige of empire and the refinement of literature. And when Maharaja Gulab Singh established his rule in 1846, Persian remained the natural choice for administration. Ranbir Singh, educated in both Sanskrit and Persian, continued that tradition for most of his reign. His court scribes, judges, and accountants, many of them trained in the valley's long-standing Persianate culture, relied on it as the language of record. But by the 1870s, the political and cultural landscape of the subcontinent was changing. The British Empire had long since replaced Persian with English and vernaculars in its provinces, while in neighboring Punjab and the United Provinces, Urdu had become the lingua franca of administration, education, and elite social life. In this environment, Persian began to appear increasingly archaic, understood only by the older clerical class, and unintelligible to a growing body of younger officials educated in British-influenced institutions. Practical necessity drove the change. Urdu, written in the same Perso-Arabic script, was far easier to adopt administratively. It was already widespread in northern India's bureaucracies and allowed for smoother communication with British officers stationed in or near Kashmir. The Dogra state's growing engagement with imperial networks, trade, diplomacy, and security required a language that resonated with contemporary administrative practice. Cultural influences reinforced this shift. The late 19th century saw the migration of Urdu-speaking clerks, teachers, and poets into Kashmir from cities such as Lahore, Delhi, and Lucknow. The Dogra court patronized Urdu literature and printing. The Srinagar press began to produce government notifications and translations in the new language. A popular but unverified tradition holds that Maharaja Ranbir Singh enjoyed cordial relations with a Nawab from the Gangetic Plain, possibly in present-day Uttar Pradesh, who sent Urdu-speaking palace guards and retainers to Srinagar. While this anecdote remains unconfirmed in the archival record, it reflects the broader cultural exchanges that linked the Dogra court with the Urdu-speaking world of North India. The formal adoption of Urdu as the official language is generally dated to 1889, early in Pratap Singh's reign, though the transition began under Ranbir Singh's administration. For the Dogra state, Urdu provided what Persian could no longer offer: a neutral, unifying, and modern medium that transcended the linguistic divisions of Dogri, Kashmiri, Balti, and Ladakhi. It carried the authority of tradition, yet the accessibility of the present. Urdu's elevation also had long-term implications. It remained the official language of Jammu and Kashmir through the entire 20th century. Across princely rule, accession to India, and the decades of special constitutional status under Article 370. Only after the reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir in 2019 were several languages, including Kashmiri, Dogri, Hindi, and English, granted equal official standing. Even then, Urdu's place as the language of record and memory endures, a legacy of the Dogra rulers' attempt to build administrative unity through linguistic pragmatism. It Vitrext, the arrival of Urdu in Jammu and Kashmir was more than a bureaucratic reform. It was a civilizational bridge, connecting the Persianate past with the colonial modern and giving the Dogra state a voice that could speak to both its subjects and the wider world.
Thanks for watching this episode of Primer on Jammu and Kashmir. Here is a quick note from the editors of the Dispatch. While dealing with historical events, we are conscious of the fact that history has no single view. In places like Jammu and Kashmir, this can be more complicated. While explaining the events of history through this primer, we are taking the best possible care to be objective and to offer context wherever views differ starkly. We welcome you to write to us and enrich the knowledge base on Jammu and Kashmir.